plays games with
What?
Jay.
Okay, so what else are we supposed to look for in here? The bookshelf, finally? A lot of books and other mysterious items and stuff on this shelf. The genres and types of items are all so random, I can't make any sense of them whatsoever. They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Staring at my shelf right now.
Giant weeb.
Do
they now?
Oh. I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this.
So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles.
That doesn't mean we should ignore it, though. I'll leave it to you then, Hajime.
Wait, what?
It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here.
Oh, that might be true, but
So, I'll leave the shelf to you.
I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it.
I sighed and walked toward a shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items, examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Huh? It's the book.
It's a book. It's got info.
Nagito said that this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I looked at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies too. I opened the file and held it in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was some information about the others, Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonia, and everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too. I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height, my weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words reserve course student. There was no denying it. It confirmed I truly was a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one who's from the reserve department? Why? Why am I here with all the other ultimates? Hajime, did something happen?
Well, I just found a strange file.
Ah! Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there.
It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here, too. Nagito was lying.
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone?
Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us.
Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file. You're right. My profile is really in here. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details. Details? Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope Speak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
What happened?
I just noticed it right now, but the file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
Who are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami. Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor?
No, it's not just because his name isn't written here. That's not the only reason I can think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at the Hope Speak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious.
Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life, it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason.
A different reason?
How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked about that, Byakuya, for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that, Byakuya, doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation.
What do you mean?
You don't have to ask me that. You know the answers by looking through those profiles, right?
Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter?
That's that Byakuya's true identity.
True identity?
He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent prodigy, Byakuya Togami.
Huh. A fake?
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent! Though I'm not jealous of that at all.
That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami? Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life?
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that.
Then, he was lying to us the whole time? But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it? 'Cause that was his talent.
Huh?
Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. That moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not.
In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating.
What the hell?
Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with. So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth.
Then, what he was trying to say to me that time...
What was he trying?
what was he trying to say to me that time?
I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is to blame.
Based on the context, if I had to guess, maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud? But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already.
So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor.
Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still want to know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy.
You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Then, we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right?
Well, probably. Poo-hoo-hoo. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue. Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know.
Time's up. Wait.
Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, Jesus. That chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right? That's why we gotta cherish time. There's nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up! We will begin the last class trial, so please gather at Monokuma Rock. Boo-hoo-hoo. I'll see you soon!
The last class trial? He said that, right? He said last class trial. Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right?
Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But I can't imagine that it's the real end.
Huh?
I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that.
His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once?
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first.
You're right. Class trial for Nagito's murder.
We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who would kill Nagito. Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh? I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Okay. Oh no, Monokuma Rock can be... Wait, no. This way. It's been a while.
Oh, why do you want me? Yeah.
Or maybe it's not this way.
It is not that way. You're going to Jabberwock Park. Now we gotta go the long way. It's going to take all day. Way to go, Hajj. May. You're really wasting our time. You're really wasting our time.
Look.
You're really wasting our time. No, you're really wasting
They
our
should have
time.
just put us in front of the island anyway.
Didn't you remember Monokuma's speech? You're wasting our time.
God damn it.
Oh, what do you know here?
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Stop it. You're making me depressed. You're making me depressed! So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends.
But once we're through with this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard says so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one who's saying it, you know? That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with all this class trial, I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to pull out all the stops.
What the fuck? Why are you here?
You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking like this is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh? What are you saying?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Ha, stop trying to jinx us.
Damn right. Stupid rabbits, just shut up.
Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair.
Huh?
I finally realized, after losing my powers, I realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before.
Maybe she read a self-help book.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off me tomorrow. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial.
Fine.
Somehow, I understand what Monomi is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial. You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopelessness or hopeless truth awaits us in the end.
Ah! Yeah.
This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Here we go.
This elevator ride. This will be the last time for us for this too, right?
I hope so.
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Boy, this is taking a while, huh? The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials.
Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. Oh, my toast is done. And then the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? Whoa.
Well, then, now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Enough! Just fucking start this already!
Hey, this is it, right? This really is the last class trial, right?
Yup, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Now then, let's get this trial started. This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other.
This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kamoeda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking that was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Do we have any new skills? Probably not. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Well, alright. I'll just fucking do this.
Just as expected. Now then, you know how this works. Oh my, mon ami, my cute little sister. You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon because you're a rabbit? Chester!
What?
One more time! Jeez, how about this one? Oh, no, this will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monami, and that's weird.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They're trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? You trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait, don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Pooh hoo hoo. Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why'd the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? Let me look at my torture wounds. Both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with lots of stab wounds. Okay, what are my other stuff? Duct tape maybe? Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't, that's why moving his mouth underneath it. I'm not really sure what we're rebuttaling here. Hold on. It's because the killer tortured Nagito. So that's why he was beat up. The bomb's hiding place. Whoever found the bomb first. None of my clues are standing out to me. Unless it's like the reason why I like went to duct tape was like, oh, because it's not torture. Maybe no, he's stuck. Because like this is that what we're trying to figure out? We're trying to say like maybe it wasn't torture.
Well, okay. If the killer was trying to torture him, why were they trying to torture him theoretically?
Well, it sounds like because they want to know where the bomb is, but also hide that.
Okay, but then what doesn't make sense then? Like, if the killer was trying to torture Nagito for information, what about the crime scene doesn't make any sense?
The spear. They just impaled him afterwards. It was on fire. He was tied up. He was stabbed.
Okay, if I'm trying to get you to give me information, then what's something that I wouldn't do at this crime scene if I'm trying to get information out of you?
Oh, duct tape. Yeah.
Okay.
Like tape his mouth shut.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was my gut for like why I was like circled to duct tape in the first place. I guess I
Okay.
just need to figure out like. Okay, it really was that simple. Okay. But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that. Already?
Already.
I'm so tired. I just realized it. It's a trap. Trap? Stupid, Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
You're calling me stupid?
Stupid? You don't have to be so mean. Okay, what am I fucking... Oh, what is he?
I'll read them for you.
Okay. Well, it's just like...
Like he said, his mouth is taped shut. Yeah, he couldn't talk, right?
Shit.
But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact he got interrogated.
Kazuichi seems unusually confident.
You gotta
I should
get
ask
past
him why
this
that
part.
is. I know, but I'm like watching my cuts. Like
Yeah, no,
the cut,
you're-
the cut
yeah,
counter.
that's good.
But now I'm just like, I have enough. Wow, I had one left. Holy shit. But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Listen, this is how it went down. The killer tortured Nagito, and he got information on the bomb's location. Then after they killed him...
Okay, what am okay, I'm trying to figure out what I need to cut and like what's the truth blade.
Okay, get this one. Get this one. Got info about the bomb. Okay, hold
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Then after they killed him, they taped his mouth shut. What about what doesn't make sense about that?
Okay.
So he's claiming, I'm going to help you with these because I hate these two.
Yeah.
So he's claiming that...
He's basically saying like, oh, the duct tape was an afterthought. He was like, he got the killer got the info, and then they taped his mouth shut so he couldn't cry for help.
And how does that? Why does that not make sense?
Dude, he got stabbed afterwards.
But what about the evidence makes it so that they're because there's two things, right?
Yeah.
One of them is got the bomb's location. The other one is after they kill them, they taped his mouth shut, right?
Oh,
So which one is what evidence shows you that one of those can't be true?
the duct tape, because the duct tape was like sucked in. It was like inhaled.
Not that.
Oh.
Look at the blood. When you go back, look at your. Oh no, you can do
See,
it now.
this
Okay.
is like something like I wish it would just highlight.
Well, just look at it.
which. No, but I don't remember which ones are like. If I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on Monokuma File, and I look over and it's like, oh, it's not even part of the selection.
Okay,
Like,
then look through.
yeah. Torture wounds. I don't know, the giant fucking spear, like.
Go back up. Look at duct tape.
Okay.
Read it.
However, the blood splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape, the tape itself. So it was put on afterwards? No, the tape itself had a lot of crinkles on it, as if Nagito was desperately moving his mouth underneath it.
Okay, so listen. There's blood that's. Where is the blood under the tape?
No.
But there's blood everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
So when was the tape put on his mouth?
After he was stabbed.
Okay.
Oh no, before he was stabbed. Sorry. If the tape was on his mouth and then he was stabbed,
Yeah,
and
if
blood
the tape
flew
was on his
everywhere.
mouth before, then
Yeah.
that's why. If
Yeah.
it was after, there'd be blood on his mouth.
Okay, yeah,
That's what they're going for here.
I see.
So go to duct tape. Oh, after this. After this. You gotta cut that.
Oh fucking hell.
Oh, fuck. I forgot. This is the second part. Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
why I was like, are you?
Never mind. Just cut through this.
Yeah. Advance. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cut that one. Not that one. This one?
There you go.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up. What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began. Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something? Are you in elementary school or something? You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember? The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded. And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture, it was to keep his mouth shut. However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity. They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito. Then are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, that's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something? No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must have been one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence. The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse. Yeah, and right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the way back. Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us, but that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only coincidence, the timing was just too perfect. Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this. Some kind of setup? Like what? I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear it up first. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Let's take a break, everyone.
What do you mean take a break?